Good morning. So I am going to, the first thing I always do is I do make my bed. Well, no, that's a lie. I wake up and I wash my face and brush my teeth, and then, so doing that now. And you know what's really nice is like, I actually didn't realize this. Maybe last year, like I was more busy with like other things happening in my life, personal stuff. So I didn't think the light was this pretty. It's kind of crazy. Like I'm just so shocked that the light is this nice this year. Like really, like you know that really cliche saying of like, you know, my eyes just weren't open or whatever and I wasn't looking at real life, but that's what it feels like, and it's really nice, like the light now this time around. So bed is made. I need so much tea right now, like all of the tea, so let's make some tea right now. So my room, like in the morning, is my favorite place. Like it's just the light has been so lovely, and I just kind of like obsess over it in the mornings. So, but I like try to make myself get up immediately. So always, but look at how pretty it is. Oh my God. Like I just want to like always just come and like the second I wake up, what I love to do is like, so I always have a book with me when I'm like sleeping, and like when I wake up, I like to read immediately. I don't like to check my phone. I have become addicted. I have, which makes sense, right? Since Instagram and all that stuff, but still, like, it's, I wanted to like be away from it as much as possible. So, books, read immediately in the morning. So, I wanted to talk about Annihilation because I haven't read a sci-fi book in, I want to say, over a year. Probably, maybe even two, but I don't know. But for sure, over a year. And like, the reason is like, nothing against sci-fi at all. It's because the writing usually is not what like grabs me. And like, I'm so addicted to this certain type of writing now. And it's like very overindulgent, and it's usually a lot of stream of consciousness, and like it's rare to get that in sci-fi usually, and because it's usually plot based and it's totally understandable, so I tend to stay like away from it. But Annihilation, it just, I remember everyone was saying the story was really weird, and because like whenever anybody says the story is really weird or hard to follow, then I'm like, okay, I gotta check this out. I want to see like if it really is or like what's going on. And like the second I started Annihilation, like I want to say the second, like I was like, okay, the writing, I'm in love, and it's just like I feel like I expected nothing from the writing, absolutely nothing. So to have such a strong connection, like I'm so shocked, like really, really shocked, because it's like I love when authors can give me plot and also that writing I'm looking for, because it's like, wow, this is like the greatest gift of all time. And that's what I'm so like, I read it extremely fast, but I did, the only reason I like had to stop it for like a minute was because like I was reading it at night, and it is kind of scary, and it's funny because it's like something like whatever is scaring you, it's like you can't even put words to it, like it's hard to like say what's scaring you, and it's unbelievable that a book can do this. Like I was just like, wow, incredible writing, incredible writing, because there's so many like lines that stuck with me that had to do with like the plot of the book, but I was like, oh my God, this relates so much to me, because self-absorbed, everything can relate right back to me. But it just, I'm telling you, the writing is excellent, excellent, excellent. And like what I also, I'm a huge fan of the plot of like, you know, whenever anybody like really talks about nature, especially people who love nature a lot, the way they write about nature is just, it makes you like feel this like renewed love for everything again. And it's so interesting that that's also what this book gave me, because like the plot and stuff. But yes, I can't give too much away, and I don't want to ever give too much away. I believe that like it's, you know, feeling, mood, and all of this stuff as well, like also is such a huge factor. So like me telling you the story is not going to do it. And like me, this is mostly for me because I'm like, if I like have so many thoughts and so many feelings about this book that like I'm so lucky that I get to like let you all know, because like it's, if I'm just saying, like even if one person ends up reading Annihilation because of me, I'll be excited, because I'm telling you, I already ordered the second and third book. I haven't read even like a series in so long. So I was just like, for me to be like this in love, like it's a kind of a big deal. It really is, especially sci-fi. I'm like a plot also. I have a plot I'm following right now. This is so exciting, like very exciting. So as you can tell, and I mostly like, I'm the type of person who loves talking about like the things I love. So like I'm only probably going to talk about books I love, and one of them is Annihilation, and now I'm just waiting for the second book. I'm so excited because like I read like 2 or 3 spoilers accidentally. They're not like huge spoilers, but like I was like, this would have been cool if I found this out on my own. But like the series seems like it's going to just keep getting more interesting, so very excited. And yes, it is rated badly, not like badly, but the book isn't rated that greatly, and I understand why. It's because it's not very clear, and there's not like, there's a lot of like gray areas and a lot for you to interpret yourself and you to figure out yourself. And I know, especially for like sci-fi and plot-based stuff, like I know people aren't huge fans of that because they just want the answer and they want to know what's exactly happening and all this stuff. And this book is just not going to give you that, but it's like the possibilities that it gives you are like wow, and like oh my gosh, it just makes you think about everything, like everything in the universe, you as a person, yourself. And the main character is very cool. Like I love well-written women, and she is very well written, very cool, like very, like, you know, she's like the type of friend you're like, oh, I wish I could be friends with her. She sounds really cool. So yes, I thought I was stopping talking about Annihilation, and I will now. Okay, yes, Annihilation, 100%. This is a read immediately for me. Everyone needs to read this. Okay, so it's the second day because I feel like this is just going to be a really, like, a few days from the week because, like, I have been, like, all over the place. So right now I am going to go make some tea. So I want to talk about my current reread, which is Bluets by Maggie Nelson, and this is one of like my all-time favorite books. Like I have read this so many times now, and like I can't believe that with each reread that like I get something different every time, and it's incredible. Like this reread, I feel like my, like because of like where I'm at and like my current state and stuff, like I have been like focusing a lot on the passages that Nelson is talking about, like her past relationship, especially the one which was not very good with someone who she knew was wrong for her. And like and it's also the way she writes. Like I just, how do people write like this about feelings like this? It's just freaking poetic and beautiful, and I just like, I'm like, when I like, Nelson is a, like, she's beyond, and it's crazy. Like there's like, so one passage, because I'm like, I'm definitely gonna ramble a lot, but talking about Bluets because it's just like an obsession at this point. So very probably not helpful information, but so like one of the passages I really wanted to like, I'm gonna actually say it out loud, which I love reading favorite passages out loud. But so this one, I recently, when I was like, how did I not see, like, you know, like see this the first or the second, like each reread, like this reread, I just saw it and it felt like something brand new. But you know, it's just like, it's like something I'm like really focused on. And so like This is on page 18 on Bluets, and the quote is, if what I was feeling wasn't love, then I'm forced to admit that I don't know what love is, or more simply, that I loved a bad man. And I was just like, wow, 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 wow. Just because a lot of like my journaling and things that I've been like figuring out and stuff, it's just very helpful for me. And I just was like, again, rambling, but it's just incredible that someone is writing about a color blue and you get so much out of it. It's like the world, like that's what I felt like I got with this, was like I got this like whole new world, and I'm eternally grateful for writers like Nelson who like give me the words that like I feel like, because I can't find words to those feelings, that they're stuck in me, and I finally get that release when someone is able to name them. And since I couldn't, like a lot of the times what happens is like the books that I read, they are able to, give me words to those feelings, and like it's so cathartic. And like that's what the experience with Bluets was, incredibly cathartic each reread. And I'm always shocked, like truly shocked. And I need to read more of Nelson's work, honestly. Like as I'm like talking about all this, I'm like, why haven't I read more of her work? Oh, because I'm always distracted by the other millions of books. But Bluets, highly recommend, because I promise this will not let you down. This is, even though it is 95 pages, like read it slow, take your time, like really live with the words. They're so beautiful. Like I feel like I should read another passage, and I want to. So let me see if I can find one really quick. Like, well, this one I feel like I've said too much. Like my favorite one, but this one, when I first read this, I was so like, what the fuck? Like this was incredible. But so this is on page 79, 199 is the number of this certain passage. So it's, for to wish to forget how much you loved someone and then to actually forget can feel at times like the slaughter of a beautiful bird who chose by nothing short of grace to make a habitat of your heart. Okay, let me say it one more time, because I know I should. No, I won't. But like, I'm gonna say it one more time. So this is on page 79, and the passage number is 199. For to wish to forget how much you love someone and then to actually forget can feel at times like the slaughter of a beautiful bird who chose by nothing short of grace to make a habitat of your heart. Just, like, how do people, like, it's just so beautiful. And I remember I like have this, like, you know that feeling when you're letting go of someone, and you know, even when you know it's right, you, like, it's like the best decision, and this person is awful in your life and is only bringing you toxic like vibes mostly, and like just not a good person. But like, it's incredible how even that, like, to tell yourself to stop forgetting about this person, and when you get to the point of actually, when you're starting to forget them, it feels so sad, and it's so like, it feels like, you know, like a life loss basically. And it's so interesting, and humans are so complex and feelings are so weird. And that's why, for all of those like intense feelings, for all of that, I highly recommend Bluets. This is such a good book, and for everyone who feels so much all the time and everything is always like too much, Bluets is for you.